Hello, everybody. It's Harry Swaminathan. I wanted to do a analysis of the spider and just looking at the charts to see where we are in the market. Today is August 11th. It's a Sunday morning. And so this is a 1 year chart of the spider. So what I have here, I've taken off all the moving averages and things like that. And what I'm seeing here is I'm just going to draw a trend line and see if we can get. So the validity of a trend is when you have two or more touch points to a trend line. And of course, if you're drawing parallel trend lines, then they must be parallel. So let's see if we can find something here. This is not really parallel. It's so I'm going to take that off. But I think what we may have something from here, and you can see that yeah, those two are parallel. And so on the downside, we have one touch point. This is almost a touch point. This is definitely a touch point. And on the upside, we have two touch points. And right now, we were trying to come to the third touch point, but we've turned back. So you can see now, in terms of these trend lines, this is right in the middle between these two. So where we are basically is no man's land. So as of today, the sense is the upside or the downside. It could go either way, and we just have to watch and see. So what we can see here is a low volume bar. So let me first change my to a pointer. And so if we look at this particular bar right here, we can see that it is a low volume bar, and that's right here. So basically it tells us that there was no demand to the upside, and so the markets have started to come down a little bit. So that's where we stand. So the markets could go either way from this week onwards, probably with a more of a bias to the downside because it wasn't able to continue this upward momentum to the upside. And you can see the volume bars have become really small compared to even a couple of months ago. The volume was much higher. So there's fatigue to the upside, and so I would say there's probably more probability of the market turning around at this point and going down. Perhaps may not. I don't know if it's going to come back and try to touch this trend line, but probably we are looking at more downside than upside as we stand today on August 11th. So just a little bit of analysis. It's always good to analyze the spider because it represents a fantastic it's a broad index ETF, and the spider is highly traded. You can see on a daily basis we have 78 million, 90 million shares of the spider, and in general just a couple of months ago it was closer to the 200 level. So you can see the volumes have dropped off in the last 1 month pretty significantly. And so that tells you there is that tells you that there's fatigue to the upside. There are no more buyers. So that's why I sense that there is more bias to the downside as we go into the next 2 to 4 weeks. All right, so that's just a little analysis to keep in mind because it's always good to have some kind of an idea going into the next 2 to 4 weeks where the spiders are and what the general outlook is. Of course, none of these are ever perfect 100%, but it's good to have an idea of what the market is sort of thinking, based upon volume as well as based upon the price action. Thank you.